Hi, it's been a little while since I made my last video showing the effects of clonazepam and how much better I was on it. Well, I had a number of weeks where it was working really well, although on occasions I was having to increase the amount, and then I'd have a few days where my mobility was good, and then it would be followed by a day or two where my muscles were in my legs was stiff again, and I was struggling to walk and struggling to speak, and I'd increase the dose, and sometimes it would work and I would get better, but other times it would just remain much the same. At the moment, it seems to be having little or no effect on me. I've been having lots of involuntary movements in the last 3 or 4 days, some of them quite violent, some of them while I'm walking, which is makes me a bit unstable. And so really, I'm not sure why it would be that I seem to have such a good result at first. And I did have a good 3-4 weeks where I was almost back to normal, although I wasn't running around a lot. I was walking normally and doing things that I couldn't do before. I mean, one day I even got bungalow, so it's only one story. I even cleaned the gutters. So that's how well I was walking. I was walking quite long distances, going out for days without any real problems. But it hasn't persisted. It's not been the beneficial effects don't seem to have carried on, which leaves me wondering. I said to you before that the clonazepam, I'd noticed him once or twice before, had a beneficial effect for a few days, and then I'd given it up because it had stopped. This time I persisted in taking it. But as I say, now over the last few weeks, a few days in particular, it seems to be having very little effect at all. So anyhow, I'm off to see my doctor tomorrow to get some more advice as to what's going on, and to get the results of the anti-GAD antibody test I had for a condition called stiff person syndrome. My own feeling is that although there are certain aspects of my illness that might fit that, there are other aspects that don't fit it. So I have a feeling it will be another negative and another fobbing off of it's all in your head type thing. So that's where things are at the moment. As you can see, I'm not good. I got through my daughter's wedding well, although towards the end of that I was struggling, but I managed to walk her down the aisle without my walking stick, which was an achievement. And got through that fairly well, but as you can see, things aren't like they were when I last did a recording. I do wonder whether, you see, if this is ME, and I've had this debate with myself and with you before, because I'm not 100% convinced, but if it was, and the clonazepam allowed me to do more, so my mobility was greater, that in fact what I've done possibly is exacerbated the underlying condition, hence the few days when the clonazepam seemed to be working wonders, followed by days when I was so stiff and finding it so difficult to get around. My cognitive problems had been improved for a while, but even that started to become a problem again. So I enjoyed some time of normality or near normality. Enjoyed some of the summer because of it, but from what I can see is happening now, that might well be coming to an end. It might be the doctor can help me get the dosage right. I mean, I've been taking up to 2 mg of clonazepam a day. But I don't want to take too much more because it'll just make me drowsy, which when you've got brain fog problems, you don't want to go down that route. It might be you can try something like baclofen for the muscle spasms, which will give my mobility, but then if this is ME and not something else, then the chances of me overdoing it again become big. So anyhow, I've rambled on a little bit longer than I expected to, and I'm jumping too much, so I'll talk to you again at another time, but this saga continues. So bye for now.